Have you ever committed to something and then last minute, you're just like dreading that you even committed? You're just like, I don't want to do this thing. I don't know why I committed. And then you end up staying home. Well, this was me in a phase in my life in my 20s where I would commit to things or desire to do things or tell myself I was going to go do something. And then I wouldn't do it because when it came down to it, the thing that I wanted to do, whether it was going to an event or whatever it may be, would require me to come out of my shell, come out of my comfort zone, come out of my home. And my home, I have created a space that's very, at least what people tell me, warm and cozy and homey. And who wouldn't want to leave something warm and cozy and homey to go out into something new and possibly scary and all the things, right? Well, after doing that for a while, I found myself like not liking myself and feeling very like down on myself because I wasn't keeping my word to me. And this is extremely important when you're wondering why you don't have the confidence, you're trying to build confidence or build your sense of self-worth. It's like, do you make decisions daily that make you feel proud at the end of the day? Am I keeping my word to myself? Because if I'm not, every time I don't, it's wearing on that relationship. Imagine the relationship with yourself, just like the relationship with someone else. If someone's like, yeah, let's go hang out, and every time you guys made plans to do an event or go somewhere fun, they canceled on you last minute, how would you feel? Like, I want you to just pause and notice how you feel in your body. There's going to be some disappointment. There's going to be some frustration. There's going to be some sadness there, right? These are the same types of feelings that we feel when we let ourselves down. When no one else knows that you're telling yourself that you're going to go for the run or you're going to go work out or you're going to walk for 2 minutes and then you don't do the thing, you're still going to experience those feelings of the sadness, the disappointment. But you're going to feel it towards yourself because you're letting yourself down. So after so much of feeling that, I began to keep my word to myself and to other people. And now it's so important for me when I commit to like hanging out with friends, I will make it. No matter how I'm feeling, unless it's like something happens, I will usually try to make it. And I'm not saying you can't change your mind. You can definitely change your mind, but I'm talking about when I had this pattern of always committing and mostly saying last minute no. And it wears on the relationship. I hear people say growth happens outside of your comfort zone, get uncomfortable daily or weekly, right? But more recently, I was like, how do I get out of my comfort zone? This morning, I had a lot of clarity because I have this client who I work a certain way, right? And I've been working this way for years. And this client is wanting something a little bit different. I found myself like not wanting to do it. And I was like, why do I not want to do this piece that's going to be their way? And I was thinking, well, what's going to come from this? Well, one, I will learn a new skill because this is definitely stretching me outside of my comfort zone. And two, because I always ask myself, does this align with my goals? Does this get me excited when I finish this project or working with this client or doing this thing? When I think about me after the commitment, will I be proud of myself after that? Will it add to me reaching my goals? And I said, yes, it's definitely going to stretch me, but it's going to help me get closer to what my goal is, which is why I ended up committing to it. And when I was thinking about that this morning, I was like, wow, I really had some negative thoughts this weekend because I knew it was working up to the day, which is this week. I have a couple different engagements that I've committed to attending. I found this weekend, those negative thoughts were like, I don't want to go. Like, why don't I just stay home? But then I was like, why am I thinking like this? Like, I know this is going to stretch me and help me reach my goal. I'm going to be so proud of myself. I'm actually really interested in doing this thing. And this morning, it just came to me like in a still small voice. It was like, mediocrity comes dressed in comfort. And I don't know if someone else said that and my subconscious picked up on it and I just kept it throughout the years, but it hit me in that moment. I was like, everything aligns for these things that I've committed to, as far as like it aligns towards me becoming a better me. But the negative thoughts didn't stop. And that's because your brain, like my brain, wants to keep me comfortable. It wants to keep me safe. And anything new, my brain is going to be like red alarms, like, no, this is a stretch. You need to stay safe. You need to stay in your cozy, welcomey, homey home in your comfort. And I realized this is what it is to get out of your comfort zone. It doesn't always have to be like some big fancy event, right? But it also shows up as a little stretch in what you have always done. So if that little stretch is you taking a 5-minute walk once a week, or if that little stretch is you taking a workout class once a month, whatever thing that you are trying to do that's different from what you've always done is you stepping out of your comfort zone. And so it makes sense that your brain would bring up all of these negative thoughts to try to convince you to stay doing what you've always done. But if you are someone who is sick and tired of getting the results that you have always gotten, if you look around in your life and you're like, I am repeating the same patterns in my relationships, in my career, with my family, if you're like, I don't want these results, then even the smallest step outside of what you've always done is going to feel wrong. It's going to feel uncomfortable, and your brain is going to try to bring up all of the thoughts to keep you where you are. This event I'm going to this week is going to stretch me. I'm going to meet a lot of people that I've never met before, and it's going to be amazing. But my brain is telling me, just stay home, just tell them you can't make it, blah, 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 blah. Okay. That's what you need to think of when your brain starts to stinking thinking. No, thank you. I am stretching myself, even if it's one tiny step outside of what I've always done. If it's weight loss, I'm committed to my first break being a 5-minute walk. First of all, I'm committed to a break because let's be real, some of you won't even take a break. So maybe the first step for you is I'm taking a 5-minute break, even if that 5-minute break is just to go use the bathroom, wash my hands, and stare at the sky. And your brain's going to come up with all these reasons why you can't. It's so busy. You have deadlines. You can just do it tomorrow. It's going to come up with all the things. Your job as the leader, the most loving partner to yourself, is to make sure you are making decisions that are going to make you proud at the end of the day. And if you know that taking a break is going to help your mental health, or reaching out to one person a week so that you can start to build relationships, if you know that these are the things that are going to lead you to the life you truly desire, that a life that makes you proud, it is your responsibility to follow through regardless of the negative thoughts. You can just ignore the negative thoughts or bring them along with you. Like, hi, I see you trying to keep me safe. Thank you, brain. I'm going to do this anyways. And shift your focus towards the result and the feeling that you're going to get after you do the thing. Like, focus on that. Like, the stinking thinking is going to come up. Those thoughts are going to come up. Look at them and be like, okay, I see you. Of course you're here. It makes sense that you're here. And I'm going to focus on, wow, how amazing am I going to feel after I take this 5-minute walk? How proud of myself am I going to be after I attend this event or reach out to this friend? No matter how difficult it feels in the moment, doing a small step outside of what you've always done that's in the direction of where you want to go. So if you want to be, like for me, if you want to be 30 pounds lighter by June, that's my goal, right? I started small. First, I made a healthy breakfast every day for a couple months. That's the only thing I did. It was hard. Some days I get it. Some days I want to vomit because the food I made was so gross. But I kept going. And then the next step, now I'm adding a 45-minute workout. So now I have a healthy breakfast and a healthy lunch. But this all took little steps over time. So the comfort zone is not always something humongous, like going out of the country. It's in our day-to-day actions. It's the small, tiny decision that we make to do something different than we've always done. So if there is a goal or an idea of a life that you desire, if you look at your life right now and you're not proud of certain aspects of it, just remember that it happens when you choose one tiny decision to do something different than you've always done. And the negative thoughts are going to come. It makes sense that they're there. Your brain's job is to keep you safe. That's it. Your job as your highest self, leader of the greatest relationship you'll ever have, which is between you and you, is to notice the negative stinking thinking and do the thing anyways, as long as it aligns with your goals and a person that you're going to be proud of at the end of the thing. All right, these are my morning thoughts. This is what I'm like in real time, what I'm going through. And I hope this supports you wherever you are in your journey. Okay, I will talk to you on the episode next week. Bye.